You've got a narrative that is so ingrained, the romantic narrative in people's minds, that they lose their minds over it. You can't have an honest discussion about child abduction because of the narrative. You can't have an honest discussion about family courts or about the nature of divorce or what actually happens in them. You can't talk about women's nature, honestly, what women are like, or even what men are like, for that matter. You can't have an honest discussion about any of it. So everything has to be lied about when romantic chivalry is the model.
And so you really put all of this back down to romantic chivalry.
I do.
Really?
Yes, I do. I think when you've got a servile model for men.
Because it's a servile. Okay. Sorry, keep going.
This crazy sort of everything is about the woman. Everything is about her happiness, her needs, her ambitions, her wants, her desires. Everything is about her. Nothing is about him. That is a sick model, fundamentally. It's very sick. It's very destructive. How can a man maintain self-respect doing that? The answer is he can't. So he has to stuff that and then stuff everything else. And he ends up bitter and angry and resentful and I think self-loathing at times. How can you have a functional society? We're finding out now, finally. It was in the 1800s before we really had the romantic model take over marriage in the West. And we've done nothing but decline ever since. It doesn't work. And then when you add the courts to that equation, and the courts are in the romantic chivalry model. The guy's got to provide no matter what. I don't care if she's got $10 million and you make $30,000 a year, we're going to take half of it and give it to her. That's what they do. As long as we're operating like that, we can't expect the things to get better. And I don't think relationships between the sexes are going to get better.
Yeah, and you can work from home now too. So I'm like, what is?
Oh my God, you can do.
I used to have like a call center, like I would do call center job, and it paid I think over 22 to 25 an hour. This was like 5 years ago before inflation.
Yep.
I mean, that's not bad, you know. You can do that 5 hours a day.
Yes, you can. Well, but a real man wouldn't let you do that. A real man would take care of you to a level you didn't need to do that.
Is that hard? It's like not hard.
Well, it's not a matter of that. It's just unfair. You can't expect women to work and help with money or
things. They used to like basket weave, didn't they?
Yeah, I think we already covered that Oprah comes on it too. I mean, what are you going to do? You can't work through that. But this is what men believe is the way things are supposed to be done. Yeah. Most of them.
And so 1,000 years ago, what was she doing? I'm just curious, like what would the average wife do?
All kinds of things. I mean, you can look at scripture in the Bible, not to get religious about it, but there's all kinds of stuff in Proverbs 31 about duties of wives, and they had to make money for the family. They had to do all kinds of responsibilities. Women, we didn't have a push button world. I mean, it was rough, and your lives were short and hard, and women had to put their shoulder to the wheel just like men. And romantic chivalry dictated, woman's shoulder to the wheel. No, not to my wife.
Oh, because he's serving her now.
Yes.
Right.
It's his shoulder that belongs on the wheel, not hers.
Not both of you. Because really traditionalism is about the family, so you'd be working for the family. And now he's working for the family, not both of you together.
The real traditionalism, the traditionalism that came from 200,000 years of human existence that led through the Middle Ages up to the point that we got romantic chivalry. The tradition was two working, obligated, responsible people. Mm-hmm. Romantic chivalry flipped that completely and gave women basically time to think of things to complain about.
That's true.
And they did. Yeah, they did. and they still are.
That's why they say that idle mind is the devil's playground. I think that's what's happened to us, is we just have too much time, so we just have time to complain. There's never a plan. Even there's this women's leadership conference, And I tweeted, I said, conservative women aren't conservative. Why do you think women should lead? And
did you get a straight answer?
Yeah, well, they said, we're speaking out about IVF, about, child daycare, And I'm like, well, speaking out isn't a plan. I mean, I'm not saying it's wrong per se, but I'm like, plan anything? But that's all we do. We just complain.
Speaking out is a plan when you've actually got something to say.
Yeah.
I think that speaking about men's issues out loud is a plan because you're disrupting the narrative, you're making people think, and it is persuading them. It's actually changing minds. Girl power. Whose mind is girl power going to change?
Well,
I mean, what provocative, cutting edge social change is there for girl power or women in leadership? Red pill women. Now that would be speaking to effect and to purpose, which is what you do. I think it's great.
Yeah.
And yes, I get called a simp every once in a while because I support your work. That's okay. I can handle it, guys. Call me a simp.
Well, yeah. I don't know. I think most conservative women aren't really conservative because they don't talk about what they're conserving. And if you're really going to go back to what the Bible teaches, it's obedience to your husband in all things. And those are the same women that say, I can only be obedient to him if he's obedient to God. Well, who dictates that? It's always the woman.
And she decides whether he's obedient to God, of course.
So